We all hope that the light of knowledge always remains so. And we have got wonderful stalwarts to light the lamp for us today.
I now request the dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. And I now call Captain Chadha to come and give us the welcome address. This conference is a manifestation of the vision of the person who is known, respected, and loved by all in the maritime fraternity. Known to be an avid reader, progressive thinker, and fitness enthusiastic, he never fails to tickle your funny bones with his one-liners. I hope all have got a clue on who this person is. Anyways, I've already given the idea who the person is, so nonetheless, I will call Captain Kamal Chadha to take the dais.
Thank you, Delphine. Welcome, everyone. First of all, I'd like to apologize for this slight delay here, but I must congratulate everyone for having the forte to attend this conference despite all the traffic in Mumbai. So please give ourselves a big hand. Not easy. So this is a beautiful gathering. This is a very powerful gathering, I must say. And I'd like to welcome all of you very warmly. Our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister of State, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Tourism, Shri Shripad Naik ji. Our guest of honor, Up Lok Ayukt, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Sanjay Bhatia. Guest of honor, Chairman and Managing Director of the Shipping Corporation of India Limited, Shri Binesh Kumar Tyagi. Chairperson of the Advisory Board of this conference, the Marex International Maritime Legal Conference and Awards 2022, Mrs. Harjeet Kaur Joshi. Dignitaries, our speakers and panelists, friends, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the organizing company Marex Media, title sponsor Gujarat Maritime University, convener Ally Maritime and Legal Services, and our many sponsors and supporters to this power-packed gathering of high intellect and unmatched intelligence. Am I right? Thank you. I am deliberately keeping my welcome very brief so that we can spend more time on the useful parts of this conference. Like they say, with apologies to all vegetarians and vegans, cut the fat, keep the meat. We have taken some measures for time saving. One is that we have no question and answer sessions during the conference. Questions will be answered one-to-one during our breaks and during the dinner. You can always meet up with all our panelists. I think that will be a fair exchange there. And if that is not enough, There are email addresses we're going to distribute liberally. You can correspond with them, or you can correspond with them through us. But I think it'll be good if we can save some time there. Thank you. One other time-saving device is the bell, which will be rung to help the speakers and panelists keep time at 5 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go, and close down. Our speakers and panelists are very cooperative people, and I'm sure they will be very kind to us today. A very warm welcome, friends. Once again, I and my staff are available throughout the day for any assistance you may need. Please feel free to talk to me. We'd like to keep the day free-flowing with only the very necessary formalities. Thank you very much for being with us. Like they say, learn and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Chadha. Now we'll have a small felicitation of the Tulsi plant. I request the MD of Marex Media, Captain Kamal Chadha, to present the Tulsi plant to Mrs. Joshi. To Captain B.K. Tyagi. To Mr. Sanjay Bhatia. And now to the Honorable Minister, Mr. Sripat Naik Ji. I'm sorry I keep calling him the Chief Minister, so please forgive me for that. I believe someday he will be the Chief Minister of Goa. I hope so. Now, my colleague, Dr. Radhika Bakaria, will speak.
Thank you, Ms. Delphine. This conference would not have been possible if we had not received the untiring support of a remarkable persona in the maritime industry. She's known as the beacon of maritime sector, and she's none other than the charismatic Mrs. H.K. Joshi ma'am, former chairperson of the Shipping Corporation of India. She's a dynamic personality who started her career as a lecturer and broke glass ceilings with her acumen towards international business acquisition and path-breaking achievements in the corporate world. A self-propeller and an agile and pragmatic leader, she's a role model for women of today and future. She has been the chairperson of our advisory board for the Marex International Conference and has significantly helped us in giving her valuable inputs and guiding us for this particular conference. I request Mrs. H.K. Joshi ma'am to please come forward and kindly say a few words as a chairperson of our advisory board. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Radhika, for those very kind words, which I think were a little overweight. The Honorable Minister, Union Minister of State for Port, Shipping and Waterways and Tourism, and the Honorable Up Lokyukata Sanjay Bhatia ji, CMD of SCI, Captain Tyagi, the entire maritime fraternity, in which I include the legal maritime services as well. It's indeed an honor for me to be standing in front of you in the capacity of the chair of the advisory board. And I wholeheartedly thank Marex Media, and Ally Maritime and Legal Services for having that confidence in me. It was indeed a very humbling and a learning experience for me to be the chair, where the advisory board members were so esteemed and so learned that it was actually a learning experience for me. So I'm so very humbled by the extreme amount of contribution that all the advisory board members gave, which helped us to jointly curate the entire conference session titles, as well as all the associated work along with that. The contributions of the board members were so immense that I take this opportunity on this platform to thank them, all of them personally, for all the contribution, the insights, the deliberations, which made this event, which we've curated, hopefully worthwhile for the entire audience. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of value and takeaways for everyone. I thank all the audience for being here. I hope you enjoyed the event and the conference as well as the awards. Considering the paucity of time before, I don't want the bell to ring for me. So I'll conclude with giving my best wishes to and congratulations to the award winners at the end of this conference. Even I don't know who they are. So my best wishes to all the contenders and congratulations to the award winners. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the evening and the conference.
Thank you, Mrs. Joshi ma'am, for those kind and encouraging words. We are fortunate to be graced today by a guest of honor and his presence, Mr. Sanjay Bhatia ji. Sir is a mechanical engineer and MBA from Southern Cross University, Australia, and he has been a Maharashtra cadre IAS officer in the rank of Chief Secretary of the State and Secretary in Government of India. He has 36 years of experience in serving at various senior levels in Government of India and Government of Maharashtra. He is presently the Upalokayukta of Maharashtra in the rank of High Court Judge. His last IAS posting before the present assignment was Chairman Mumbai Port Trust in the rank of Secretary to Government of India and Chairman, Indian Ports Association. He has held a number of important portfolios and have received many awards and accolades for his work. He is also a trainer of heartfulness, meditation, and has been practicing meditation for the last 20 years. I now invite Shri Sanjay Bhatia ji to kindly come forward and deliver a keynote address. Thank you.
Honorable Minister Shri Padnaik ji, Mrs. Joshi, who's the main person who invited me here, Mr. Tyagi, Chairman CMD of Shipping Corporation of India, and Captain Kamal Chadha, all my dear friends. I think I know at least half of the people sitting here. I'll especially name Jagmeet Makkad, who's a very, very old friend of mine here. I think, Captain Chadha, you have selected a very good topic. It's a very, the right timed and relevant and appropriate topic for the conference this time. That we have to discuss the legal disputes and how the legal fraternity in the maritime sector is moving forward. My own experience has been that in the international sector, especially the maritime sector, we are way behind. In fact, about 5-6 years, I would say, yeah, 5 years back, the shipping minister at that time, he asked me to go to represent India in the International Maritime Conference held at Azerbaijan. First I had to find where Azerbaijan is. One of our maritime guys, he came and briefed me on everything on that, on how that is so important for India. But what I saw there was that we were a very, very marginal player. And in fact, they were surprised that there was a representative from the shipping ministry who has come. In fact, when I came back, we made friends there. There was a lot of networking, and I thought it will get carried forward. But I don't know whether it really got carried forward. And I think it's very, very important that we attend these international maritime conferences and the way we want in our vision. Sir, we have this, you remember we had made this Vision 2030. In the Vision 2030, we had envisaged that India will become a maritime global leader, and especially in the legal side also. So we can only become if we are representing ourselves there. In fact, we had also envisaged another thing, India Maritime Center. Otherwise, what is happening is that the private sector is going for some maritime conference, government is going separately, IPA is going separately, and in the India Maritime Center International, we had envisaged that there will be a joint institute. In fact, if you remember, madam, we had done brainstorming on this, that there will be a single institute which is representing everyone, and if we go to any conference, we will go together, not somebody going here and somebody going there. And the first step was that IPA was to start that cell. So, sir, maybe when you go back, you can take that forward, because I'm sure the Prime Minister will also love that. He has approved it already in the vision part. In the vision which the PM approved, he has approved this proposal. So if that goes through, then even the legal side becomes very, very important. Second part which I want to mention is on the insurance and again the legal part, I found we had lots of weaknesses. When I was dealing with the Johardeep fire incident, if you remember, fire we were able to control. But the insurance part and all later on, it was quite difficult, and I don't think we got much money, even though we had insured everything. Then, I don't know whether you guys remember, I was also the chairman of Kandla Port for some time. So Kandla also there was an incident, not on the island, but one very big boat, one ship had caught fire. And there was a huge panic, especially on the legal side. Now what do? Can we confiscate it? Can we keep it with us? And there were no real good advisors whom we could consult and say, okay, now this is what we need to do. So this is what I think the time is, in fact, not ripe, but overripe that we develop these legal institutes in our country. And it could also become part of the that International Maritime Center which we are talking about. Even the PPP projects, I remember that in Kandla we had lots of these PPP projects which were failing. And legally, there was not very correct advice coming, now what do? And everybody was so scared that if I take a view this way, maybe the private sector will get helped and tomorrow there will be a CBI inquiry against me. So this major fear was there. So we always used to, okay, let's ask the AG, Advocate General or the Attorney General, he must give his opinion before we take a decision. So we need to change all that if we need to take quick decisions, correct decisions. So this I think is a very, very opportune thing that you're holding this conference with all the special dignitaries sitting here, especially the intellectual brains of this country. Another project which I remember, I'll just take 1 or 2 minutes, is that offshore container terminal project. I know I made so many presentations that this is how we will resolve it legally, but again, nobody was ready to take a decision. Finally, it was on that. Who will bell the cat? Who will say, yeah, okay, let's decide, let's resolve it this way. I have heard that now recently under Mr. Gopal Krishna, our ex-secretary, there is a committee which is deliberating on these subjects and has started giving some decisions. So I'm happy on that. We had in the IPA also set up Sarod, which was, I don't know whether you guys have heard of it, that so that all the litigation and all can be done through joint empanelment. You know, arbitration costs, every arbitrator, how much money we pay. So we had planned that we will, private sector, government sector, together we will empanel and we will fix the fees. We will also fix where they will stay. From IPA side, we said we will also provide the office and the accommodation. I don't know whether that has really gone forward, but some of these ideas were there at that time. I am stale by 2 years, so maybe something has happened in the last 2 years. Sir, especially in the Vision 2030, there were a number of very, very good suggestions. Ani, sorry, मेरा मराठी शुरू हो जाता है बीच में. चलेल. Being Maharashtra cadre, Ani. There were such suggestions that not only we become a global leader, but we also develop the capability. At that time, our only this International Maritime University was there, and it was more in litigation itself than resolving issues. Thankfully, now Malini is there, and I heard that a lot of progress is being made in the International Maritime University. New courses have started so that they can now really develop the capability of this country. I also want to congratulate the Gujarat Maritime University. I believe somebody from GMU is here and you are also sponsoring this. Yeah, great work. Gujarat has taken an excellent initiative and I wish Maharashtra and others also, Maharashtra, I don't know whether Maritime Board, somebody is here, they should also take such an initiative and they should all become part of that joint center which I am talking about and also link with IMU. IMU, I'm told, has even set up a new chair for the maritime sector development and Jagmeet Makkad is the chair for that. He's sitting here. So I think some steps are being taken, but a lot of new things need to be done. A lot of new initiatives need to take place. And my expectation from this conference is that there will be some really takeaways. And those takeaways will be sent to the Honorable Minister so that those takeaways can be implemented also from the shipping ministry side. So thank you very much for inviting me. In the Lokayukt office, I am more dealing with the corruption complaints and the grievances of the Maharashtra state officers. So a little away from the maritime sector. Hence, thanks Mrs. Joshi, thanks Mr. Chadha for inviting me. Because now I'm remembering all those old things. And it's a good remembrance. It was always a pleasure to be among all of you. My best wishes for this conference, and I'm sure it will be greatly successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing anecdotes from your experiences. It will really help to connect policy to real-time action, and we are very pragmatic about it, that it's going to happen very soon with the Maritime 2030 vision coming in. Thank you.
This conference is even more special with the graceful presence of our Chief Guest, Honorable Minister, Mr. Shripat Naik ji. Mr. Naik was elected to the 13th Lok Sabha from North Goa constituency in Goa. As of 2019, he has held his seat in this constituency, winning in 2004, 2009, 2014 and 2019 election. As of 2019, he is a member of the 17th Lok Sabha. In 2014 Lok Sabha election, he won with a margin of 105,000 votes, which is very high for a small state of Goa. Further, as advised by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the President has appointed Mr. Naik as the Minister for Culture and Tourism, independent charge in the 16th Lok Sabha. Naik was appointed Minister of State, independent in charge of the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India on 9th November 2014. Mr. Naik continued as the Minister of State, independent charge for Ayush, and was the Minister of State for Defense on 31st May 2019. Mr. Naik has been actively associated with social and cultural activities. His interest lies in traveling, reading, practicing yoga, doing meditation, singing, swimming, and shooting. I now request the Honorable Minister to address the audience.
Namaskar. The dignitaries on dais for today's program. Mr. Sanjay Bhatia ji, UPA Lokayukt, Government of Maharashtra. Captain Pvt Ltd ji, CMD and Chairman, Shipping Corporation of India. Madam S.K. Joshi ji, former Chairman, Shipping Corporation of India. Captain Kamal Chadha ji. All the dignitaries who have joined here, respected ladies and gentlemen. India is strategically located on the world's shipping routes with a coastal line approximately 7,517 kilometers. Maritime transport handle around 70% of India's trading in value term. With this scale of business, legal services in the maritime sector are routinely required for continuous and non-continuous work relating to a wide range of matters, including the charter parties, shipbuilding, finance, etc. The GMU-Marex International Maritime Legal Conference and Awards 2022 is a huge platform to discuss the concern pertaining to the industry. There have been concerns related to blue economy, dispute resolution, and many such crucial areas. Conferences of this type is a way ahead to suggest recommendation for the same. The Maritime India Vision 2030 holds a promising scenario for the industry in terms of policy initiatives and development projects. But at the same time, it may also present the industry with unknown challenges that will be handled by the maritime legal fraternity judicially. Thus, the maritime legal sector is one of the most promising avenue for many new law professionals. The topic that have been taken up for the discussion, like settlement right of seafarers, challenges of new era in shipping industry, resolve in India, and concern of the commercial claim are all very relevant in the current context. Thus, I feel that this conference will be an eye-opener for many and will assist all stakeholders to deal with arising situation in a diligent manner. I take this opportunity to congratulate Marex Media, the Board of Advisors, speakers and panelists, sponsors and supporters for organizing the first of its kind Maritime Legal Conference. I request whatever outcomes, whatever suggestions come out in this discussion, kindly request to send it to the ministry, and definitely we will look after that, and anyway, ministry will be going to help you. With these words, I wish them all the very best and grand success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you for extending that kind support to all of us and the Maritime fraternity as well. Thank you, Nayak ji, for the same. The members of our advisory board have played a significant role in what you will be a part of today. Months of preparation, hours of deliberations, plenty of Zoom meetings and one-to-one interactions between the board has been a key to realize our objectives. We take this opportunity today to thank members of our advisory board by handing over a small token of our gratitude to them. It includes a book by a very senior member of the Maritime fraternity, Dr. Captain Vancheshwar. I request our chief guests and guests of honor and to all other dignitaries present on days to kindly hand over the token of gratitude to our advisory board members who are present here with us today. In order, Captain Pankaj Kapoor, may I request you to kindly come ahead. I would like to invite Mr. Jagmeet Makarji. A very enthusiastic member of our advisory board, I must say that. I invite forward Mr. Sushil Mulchandani ji. Thank you, sir, for your contributions towards the advisory board. I invite Captain Saroj Mehta ji on stage. I would also like to thank Captain Pullet in absentia and Advocate Alberto Cozzo in absentia, Advocate Cavid in absentia for their contribution towards the advisory board proceedings. Thank you one and all. Now may I request I just missed this. I'm sorry for calling you, all of you back once again. The advisory board members for one official picture, please. I also take this opportunity to call Captain Rahul Verma. He's been a very, very enthusiastic collaborator here with us today. Welcome, Captain Rahul. The advisory board members can take your seat, and apologies for that run-up. I now request Managing Director, Marex Media, Captain Kamal Chadha, to felicitate our chief guests and guests of honor. In order, may I ask Captain Chadha to felicitate Mrs. H.K. Joshi ma'am for her ever supportive role to this conference. Can we have AV of the book on screen? I request Sir to felicitate Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious presence. I request Captain Chadha to felicitate Mr. Sanjay Bhatia for his ever supportive role to this conference and his presence here today. I request Captain Chadha once again to felicitate Sri Shripad Naik ji for his support and his presence to the conference today. We have with us here today a very pleasant task at hand. I invite Captain Subrata Khan, Campus Director T.S. Chanakya, IMU Navi Mumbai Campus, to present a memento on behalf of IMU to Honorable Minister Shri Shripad Naik ji.